Today, we're going to peel back the curtain on some of the biggest, flashiest, most expensive blockbusters in all of entertainment. We're going to dig into the state of AAA gaming, an empire that, for all its spectacle, might be a lot more fragile than it looks. So let's just start with this one question right off the bat. What if the problem isn't that players are bored, but that the entire system for creating these massive games is, well, fundamentally broken?
I mean, just look at this contrast. On one side, you have the promise, what we all thought AAA gaming was about. Amazing innovation, top-notch quality, and experiences you'd never forget. And then there's the reality we seem to be getting way too often now. This conveyor belt of recycled ideas, games that feel unfinished, and monetization that feels, let's be honest, pretty aggressive.
So, how did we even get to this point? To figure that out, we really have to do one thing: follow the money. Because, the source, almost every single time, comes down to money. The economics behind these blockbuster games are, to put it lightly, absolutely terrifying. And that intense financial pressure has completely reshaped not just how these games get made, but why they get made in the first place.
Just get a load of this number. $200 million. And that's often just the starting point. We're talking blockbuster movie money here, and that creates an environment where failure just isn't an option.
And that's not me being dramatic. A single game that flops, just one that doesn't hit its crazy sales targets, can literally mean the entire studio shuts down. The lights go out. The stakes are just unbelievably high. And this kicks off a really nasty cycle. That high financial risk you see on the left, that leads directly to intense corporate control. And that control, well, it's all about prioritizing profit over everything else. Quarterly earnings over some cool creative vision. Which naturally leads to the last step: safe, predictable, formulaic games. Why would you risk a fortune on a brand new idea when you know a sequel is basically a guaranteed paycheck? Okay, so let's shift gears and look at how this whole profit-first mentality actually affects the games you and I spend our hard-earned money on. Because this isn't just some business theory. We see the evidence every single time we pick up a controller. And this right here, this is something we've all become painfully familiar with. That $60 price tag, that's not the end of the transaction anymore. It's just the beginning. So many games are now designed to be live service money machines, built from the ground up to keep pulling revenue from us through this relentless cycle of battle passes, DLCs, and microtransactions. And it really all boils down to this one simple, powerful idea. There's this feeling that the whole value proposition has been flipped on its head. We're constantly being asked to pay more and more for experiences that often feel, well, less complete than they used to. But it's not just about all the extra stuff we have to buy. There's another huge symptom of this rushed, profit-driven cycle that every single gamer has run into: the broken launch. Right? The insane pressure to hit a release date, which is often set by a marketing team, not the developers, has created this launch now, patch later culture. Games are shipped out the door with game-breaking bugs, missing features, and it basically turns us, the paying customers, into unwilling beta testers who have to find all the problems for them. And when you put all of this together, what you get is a creativity crisis. When massive financial risk slams into a corporate demand for guaranteed profits, innovation just withers and dies. Instead of taking a chance on something new and exciting, the industry just leans on the safest bets it has: remakes, reboots, and sequels forever. So, we've looked at the money, the impact on us players, and the creative stagnation. With all this laid out, what does it actually mean for the future of the entire AAA games industry? Which brings us to the big one, the question that's on pretty much everyone's mind. Is AAA gaming dead? And the answer is no, not yet anyway. The empire hasn't fallen, but you can't deny that it is struggling big time. It's being held back by the very systems that made it so huge in the first place. And this is the real takeaway here. The industry is at a major crossroads. If these really deep-rooted issues aren't fixed, players are going to vote with their wallets and, just as importantly, with their time. They'll start looking somewhere else, to the amazing indie scene, or even other kinds of entertainment, to find those unforgettable experiences that AAA used to promise. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. Are we watching the slow-motion collapse, something that's just fueled by unsustainable economics? Or is this just a really painful, really awkward evolution? Maybe the very definition of what AAA even means is what needs to change. Maybe it should be more about sustainable budgets and creative freedom. The final chapter here is still unwritten, and what happens next is really going to be decided by the choices the industry and all of us, players, make from here.